working? Yes, I think we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Virtual Racers Club, and welcome to round 10, the final round of the Manufacturers Touring Car Championship. And we are here at Brands Hatch. What a place to finish off this championship. Then I'd probably have to say at least the second home of British motorsport. As we know, Silverstone is number 1, Brands Hatch is definitely number 2. And I recently visited Brands Hatch this year. In fact, those who know will know, for a great day out. Well, 2 days really even. My first time visiting Brands Hatch as well. And to think, I was literally... Can I go any higher? No, I can't. I was somewhere over there, down Paddock Hill Bend for the day. A really nice day. Got to meet some new people as well. But yes, we are back for the final. And I think I, amongst many, hopefully many other people as well, will be sad to see this season end. But alas, it has to happen. So, what is the Manufacturers Touring Car Championship? Well, as you may know by now, if you've been watching us a lot lately, the Manufacturers Touring Car Championship, or MTCC for short, is VRC's take on the British Touring Car Championship, in which we have 10 rounds, in which we visited many nice locations, with 3 races in each round. Each race is a sprint, 10 to 15 minutes, in which they will be duking out all the way to the flag. No pit stops, no change of tyres, no nothing. It's all stick the softs on and go like hell for leather. And that's all we have the back end now. For the table, you have to bear with me for a second. I'll move that closer so I can see it a bit better. So, with us being on the final round, the drop scores have kicked in. And how is the table looking? Well, at the moment, going into this championship for the final round, in first is Binko on 335 points. In second is Homesick Alien on 313 points. 22 points separating the two of them. Sounds like a lot, but in this championship, it is not a lot. It'll only take one bad race from Binko to see that drop disappear, in which it could go either way. And 22, what's 22 divided by 3? That's 8, 14, 20. So it's just over 7 points deficit per race. If anyone could do it, it could be Homesick Alien. So stay tuned and see how that turns out. In third, we have Boosted on 274 points. He is on an outside chance, but if the two, Binko and Homesick Alien, have bad races, he could be in for a shot. So we may have to keep an eye on him as well, as there could be a change in the top. In fourth is Sharen on 215 points. He's well out of it, but many podiums through this championship. So I think he can hold his head high up on this one. In fifth, we have Bunny on 210 points. May be able to leapfrog Sharen if he is here today. We'll have to see. In sixth is Rido on 192 points. What a cracking season for Rido. He's been on the podium many times this season. It's definitely been one for him to remember in the long run, and he's done incredibly well to start this round in 6th. He's doing a great job. In 7th, we have Big Dan on 187 points. It's another great season for Ensign Hewitt. He has had, or Big Dan should I say, he has had a podium. Maybe he'll get lucky today. In 8th is Digital Blasphemy on 186 points. Digital Blasphemy as well, also a handful of podiums this season. It's great to see him back. Hopefully we'll see more of him. I don't think he turned up for this round. I could be wrong, but we'll have to see. In 9th, we have Bazza on 166 points. Yeah, he's had 2 podiums, so he's definitely can keep his high up on that one. And to be fair, with the stack of talent we've had in this series, a 9th place is definitely one that he can keep his head high on. In 10th is Guesty on 159 points. It's been the complete opposite for Guesty. He's done well to start this round in 10th, considering the Toyota has been an absolute nightmare for him. But he's done incredibly well to start 10th. In 11th, we have Koikab on 146 points. And also, as well, for Koi, a great season for him with the talent we have in the field. In 12th is Mrs. Guesty on 133 points. And also another one going well in this championship. I wonder how she'll finish off today. In 13th, we have Harvey on 113 points. It's been a bit of a quiet one for him, but I'm sure he'll be pleased with how his races is going. Then from 14 onwards, not really seen much of them because of things getting in the way, with 14th being Skyjacker on 82 points. In 15th, oh, was I moving just then? In 15th is Jokers on 43 points. In 16th, we have Racer Brown on 37 points. In 17th, we have Electric on 35 points. In 18th, we have Silver Star on 14 points. And in 19th is Madelinsky with 1 point. And what a rarity this is. Normally we have about 15 or 16 drivers sign up, but this way we've had 19 in the table. 19! I know a lot of them hasn't shown up for a great deal of them, but still great to see those numbers up. So I wonder how this is all going to end. Well, as you know, at the start of every round they have a 10-minute qualifying to see where they'll line up on the grid for race 1. There'll be qualifying results in order. For race 2, it'll be the race 1. The grid will be race 1 results. And race 3 will be the race 2 results reversed. So after the qualifying, let's see how it all turned out. And there we go. Oh, how many is there? 5, 6, 7. So there's only 9 of them this time round. But as we can see, once again, is Binko on pole. Now, I had a little count before. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I had a little count before I did this, and he's got 7 podiums in this championship. 7 out of 10. The Scirocco has been an absolute rocket. Let's not deny it. But I wonder how his race is going to go today. Is he going to be quiet? Is he going to be back off? Or is he going to be right at the front? And in second, he's really come alive right at the end. It is Boosted in the BMW. I wonder if he's going to be a thorn in the top runner's side today. You know he's going to be quick. In third is Guesty. What a start for Guesty. You've got to hope and wonder. Oh, yes, that is a good point. That is a very good point. At this point in time, when this race happened, I do believe, is when Gran Turismo 7 released a update which changed the physics of the game. So this is when the brand new physics all came in, so it all was different for everybody. Even I noticed when I started it, it was much different. So maybe, just maybe, the Toyota may be able to behave now. We'll have to see, although a bit foreshadowing, I have a feeling it may not, but we will see. But it's still a great start for Guesty in third. In fourth, we have Bazza in the first of the Alfa Romeos. A great qualifying position for him. I wonder if he's going to be a threat to the front to start with. Maybe it could be a helping hand for our fifth guy on the grid, which is Homesick Alien. He's a little far back than he wanted if he's going to be a threat to Binko for this championship, but we know that Alfa Romeo, Volfa Romeo, I'll say it one more time, the Volfa Romeo will launch, so maybe he can catch up in the starting moments. Then in sixth, we have Koikap in the Hyundai. Great result for him. I wonder if he'll be able to push it up even further. In seventh is Rido in the Mitsubishi. Maybe feels he could maybe have done a little bit better, but the guys in front of him, it's going to be difficult. In eighth, we have Mrs. Guesty in the second of the Mitsubishi. So, obviously maybe able to handle the new physics that came into play. Then in ninth is Big Dan in the Lexus. Maybe the new physics for him haven't agreed with the Lexus, but it could all change in the race. So the big question remains, the championship leader on pole, is he going to take it nice and easy? He's got a very decent cushion for this lead, but as we said, is he going to take it easy and just get the good results? Or is he going to be full throttle, not caution to the wind, out the window, and just absolutely go for it? Let us have a look. So we'll turn all this on. We shall reverse it, and what a view of the grid just there. We're going to see Homesick Alien launch, so we will keep with him. Well, Bazza will as well. But for the final time, for the final round, let's get the lights going for race 1 of round 10 is go. And so far it seems like it's an okay launch for Binko, but he's been harassed by Homesick Alien and Bazza, and yes, there we go, he's dropped down to 4th already. With Boosted managing to get away the better out for the Alfa Romeos. But now we come down to, oh god, I'm going to get a map for this because I'm just going to get the corners completely wrong. But as we can see, Boosted has managed to maintain the lead, and Baz has moved up into second, so he's had a terrific start. Homesick Alien is ahead of Binko, and that's Rido we see going off in the looking towards Homesick Alien for his championship fight, but he just needs to get ahead of his Alfa Romeo teammate. Maybe he'll help him out, we do not know. Binko's got all the catching up to do if he wants to keep that lead, but he may not be putting as much pressure on himself as he knows he's got the buffer to play with. Koikap is in 5th, a great start for him, and it's Guesty who has lost out the most. He has dropped to 6th, so he has been punished severely for that start. Big Dan has moved up into 7th. He's gone ahead of Mrs. Guesty, and as we saw, it was Rido who was going wide in the 3rd corner. I'm going to quickly get the map up now while I've got it in my head. And as we come down to, I think that's Club Corner before I get the map up, as you can see, Boosted is already getting a sizable lead over the guys behind him as they're squaggling. As we can see that Homesick Alien is making a move on Bazza and has moved up into 2nd, and Binko's having a look at Bazza as well, and he's squeaked up on the inside going down Paddock Hill Bend. I know that one because I was sat there. Oh, knows it Alien and Baz are both going wide. They're both fighting Binko, but he's managed to pull it off. So Baz has now dropped down into fourth, and the backpack has managed to catch up with him as well. As we can see, Koikart is now being harassed by Guesty. And oh, Koikart lost the back end. No, he hasn't. He's kept it under control. Very well done there by the Koikart, managing to keep that Hyundai pointing in the right direction. And Big Dan is really looking to make up the places as he can. He's an absolute bat out of hell at the moment, wanting to make up all the places that he feels like he could have got in qualifying. And so far making it all work, but so far let's keep heading at the front. As we can see that now Binko is attacking the Homesick Alien. The Alien is under pressure from the championship leader, but the championship leader has got Bazza to think about. Boasted is disappearing. He doesn't want a piece of this. He wants to go on in a blaze of glory and doesn't want to be involved with this too. But look at this. Now the two Alfa Romeos and the VW Scirocco absolutely going to the nail for it. But as we can see, the Binko has managed to take the second place from Homesick Alien. Oh, there we go. He's managed to pull it off. And I think Homesick Alien can see his championship lead. No, the points that he needs to gain in this championship slipping further away. But is he able to keep on the toe of Binko, and maybe he'd be able to come back at him? But as we can see, that Scirocco is desperate and badly quick on this track. So I think Homesick Alien might be asking too much of the car. I don't think Bazza is going to be wanting a piece of this pie either. He knows that his Alfa Romeo teammate has got to keep it to the absolute limit. He wants to put any pressure on Binko for that championship. We'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look further back as these guys have calmed down. Koikart has now moved, is still up in fifth. Guesty chasing him down in here. That despite the bad start, Guesty is managing to keep that Toyota 86 pointing in the right direction. We'll have to hope and pray that he's able to at least go one race without a spin. I don't like saying it because I feel badly for the poor guy, but Toyota really has pushed his talent to the absolute limit. Big Dan as well, probably one of the biggest benefactors of the start, moving from 9th to 7th, and he's chasing down Guesty. He'll be looking to get as many points as he can to move himself up. Maybe overtake Rito at this rate, because Rito is in last at the moment, so he may be able to jump Rito. This is Guesty as well in 8th, running quite well, being able to keep up with Big Dan. She is dropping back a small amount, a little bit though, but one small mistake from anybody up front and she will definitely be paying off for it. And poor Rito is miles away from anybody else. He's in no man's land. So maybe he's just getting a few practice laps in to help him out in the next coming races. But so far at the front, Boosted running away with it. He's got the fastest lap with a 1:29.2 and is checking out. Binko as well is also checking out. He's now pulling away from Homesick Alien. I don't think he'll be able to catch Boosted. I think he's too far up in front. But only a tenth separating them fastest lap wise. But now he's got some clean air, he may be able to put in some quick laps and catch the runaway Boosted in the BMW. Homesick Alien still chasing him down in 3rd. I think this one, unless a mistake from Binko or Boosted, which I'm not sure will happen, but it may happen, we never know. It looks like 3rd is going to be the way he's going to finish. He's been constantly chased down by Bazza. He's not letting it go. Bazza really pushing that Alfa Romeo to the limit of its ability and his ability, and he's able to keep up with the Alien. That's been impressive enough as you were, because as we know, Bazza is not the highest rated driver on the grid. He's not the worst, but he's not the best. But the fact that he's able to keep up with the Alien definitely gives him credit in the skill department. Guesty's move ahead of Koikart. Well, seems it's been quiet. We'll have a look. Let's see how far back is it. It's quite a way back. Okay, it's quite a way back, so we won't bother with that. Why has it happened now already? So Guesty has moved up into 5th. So it would appear he may have the new physics model is working in the Toyota's favour. Is he going to be able to get a good result out of this? We definitely hope so. Koikart moving down into 6th. In the Hyundai, maybe he's not feeling much through the physics. I'm not sure. That's Guesty in 7th as well. It's Big Dan that's dropped, so he must have made a small mistake on this lap that has seen him drop to the back of the pack. But so far, oh, he's last now. So Rito has given up the ghost. He's had enough for today, so I'm not entirely surprised. Excuse me. There we go. Not entirely surprised. He was miles away from everybody, but could have put me a few practice laps really help him out. But I guess he thought otherwise. No change at the front so far with Boosted completely running away. Binko is still in 2nd. He's also leaving Homesick Alien, so it looks like, given that there's going to be no mistakes from him, it looks like 2nd is going to be the best he can get. Homesick Alien in 3rd, same goes for him. The top 3 absolutely putting their dominance down with a bang, as these 3 have really been fighting it out for the podiums. It's a shame that Boosted really struggled at the start of the season. I have a very, very gut feeling that if he was on top of that BMW from the get-go, I think he could have been a real threat to the championship lead, but it just came too late for Boosted. So maybe another day. Binko as well. It's all going according to plan for him. It's not going to plan for Homesick Alien, but all he has to do is just keep up the pressure as best as he can. He's going purple, so he is definitely not giving up the ghost. He is trying. He wants to fight it all the way to the end, and it wouldn't be Homesick Alien if he wasn't taking it to the very end. So we will have to see, but it's just not going his way at the moment. He'll be praying for a mistake from Binko to really give him a helping hand. Bazza as well in 4th. We can't discredit him. The 4th is going to be a great result for him in his championship fights. I wonder if this 4th place is going to push him up the standings as well. Guesty as well in 5th. This is going to be great for him. It's going to be great for his confidence. I'm hoping that he can finally get the car under control. Koi in 6th as well. It appears that they've all plateaued out. All just settling down now. It looks like this may be the way it ends, barring that there's no incidents. Mrs. Guesty still holding well in 7th. Big Dan is catching her up though, so it's not said and done for Mrs. Guesty. This is practically the only fight we have on, even if we can call it a scrap, on the circuit at the moment. With only Homesick Alien and Binko. He is closing. He is closing though, a 29.2 from Homesick Alien, a 29.4 from Binko, so Homesick Alien is catching. He is catching, but as we always say in racing, catching is one thing, overtaking is another. Homesick Alien will be applying all the pressure he can on Binko and praying for the mistake to rear its ugly head. Further back here, we've got Big Dan still attacking Mrs. Guesty. But this looks to be the closest fight, so we will stick with them for the time being. Maybe we'll see Big Dan pull the trigger on Mrs. Guesty. She has been absolutely solid throughout the majority of this championship. She's really learning her feet, finding her feet, just getting comfortable to the whole racing shindig, and results may not entirely go her way all the time, but it's just great to see the diversity here at the Virtual Racers Club. I'm hoping I am... Whoa, that's Koi! Oh, Koi's made a mistake going through Paddock Hill Bend and has seen him drop to the back of the grid. Back of the pack, and Koi must be absolutely livid with himself. He was running a great 6th place. But now he's dropped all the way to 8th, and he's seeing all those points disappear. I wonder if just the wear on the tyres has just asked to give up the ghost a small tiny bit, and sadly he has paid the price for it. Boosted, meanwhile, still miles ahead of the rest of them. Race 1 is definitely going towards him, barring any mistakes. Binko also in second, but he's pulled away from Homesick Alien. What happened to Homesick Alien? A 1:30.8 in the last lap, with Binko doing a 29.7. So Homesick Alien must have made a small mistake. So all the pressure applied to Binko to make the mistake has just been deflected, and unfortunately has seen him drop back, and the points deficit increase ever more. Poor Homesick Alien, not quite sure how, I know, the 30.4, I wonder if he's feeling the effects of the new tyre modelling not working in his favour. So far it's all going swimmingly for Binko. It's still all systems go for him. Let's have a look further back. It's not Disney that's battling Bazza. He's not quite caught up just yet, but he's got 2 laps to do it. But meanwhile, Mrs. Guesty with Big Dan being chased by Koika. Let's follow these 3 and let's see if we're going to get a little bit of on-track action. Big Dan in the Lexus. He has said that the Lexus has also been a bit of a pig. We have seen a fair few mistakes from Big Dan, but it's expected, really. I mean, a lot of these guys have all done their own fair share of mistakes, so can't really discredit into it, really. But I can say it's just great to see him on track and really giving it his all. It's just great to see he's still chasing down Mrs. Guesty. She's really absorbing all of the pressure being applied to her from Big Dan, and she's just soaking it up. And as soon as I said it, she's gone and hit the grass. It was just going so well. The back end is kicked out. Why did I have to say it? It was just going so well, and I've just made it. Oh, you have no idea how much I'm kicking myself for it. How ironic that I just have so imperfect timing. Oh dear Lord. So, Koikart moves up into 7th with Big Dan in 6th. Wow, we're on the last lap already. Guesty still in 5th. Bazza still holding well in 4th. Homesick Alien still looking like it's going to be a 3rd. But with everything all plateaued out, it looks like First Blood is going to Boosted in round 10. Wow, 29.0 from Boosted. I'm not quite sure what the qualifying time was. If memory serves me correctly, he only very marginally missed out on the podium. I think it was only a few thousandths of a second. But I'm not going to look it up because I will be here all day. But as we can see, now comes through Clark Curve, goes up the Brabham straight across the line, Boosted, race 1 winner. Binko going home for the 2nd, with Homesick Alien coming home in 3rd. Bazza as well, this is going to be a great result for him. He comes home in 4th. Guesty coming home in 5th. With Big Dan, it looks like it was going all so wrong, but all has come back in his favour as he comes home to finish 6th, with Koikart coming home in 7th. And Mrs. Guesty, the heart goes out to her. She was doing so well, but unfortunately, this sentient lump of vitamin D deficiency had to open his trap and ruin everything. She comes home in 8th. So there we go, Boosted bringing home the win, taking the fastest lap as well. That's going to be another point for him, but you have to say it is unfortunately coming a little bit too little too late, but still it is another win for Boosted. Binko coming home in 2nd, the result he needs. It turns out it looks like he isn't going to be taking it nice and steady just to bring home the race. He's going full attack mode and brings home another second place. Homesick, let's see if we can get something better. No, we've seen you. There we go. Homesick Alien coming home in third. Try as he might, he just wasn't enough to hold back. Binko brings home a third. He's keeping the championship just alive. It's on life support, so he's got to hope for a little bit of good luck. Bazza as well. Look at the view on that. That is beautiful, beautiful view in this in the English. No, it's not in the countryside. What county is Brands Hatch in again? I can't remember. I don't know my counties very well. So, yes, in this English summertime, we will call it, blazing sun. Bazza coming home in fourth, showing off the glorious livery that he has made for his Alfa Romeo. Guesty coming home in fifth, a solid result for him. He's got to boost his confidence in the Toyota, surely and hopefully. He's fast like 130.0, so he's only a second off boosted. Credible indeed, considering that back end has worms. Big Dan coming home in sixth. It looks like it was all going to pot for him, but a great recovery drive for Big Dan nonetheless. Koikart finishing in seventh. He was running so well, but the back end decided that it wanted to have a little bit of fun at his expense. With Mrs. Guesty as well, was running well, but the back end just kicking out a small little bit, costing her a few places. With Rido unfortunately backing out, probably just calling it quit for the race because he was running well. So maybe he's just thought, well, I'll try again in race 2. And speaking of, let's get race 2 up and running, shall we? I'll get that loaded up for you while I oil up the voice. Try saying that 5 times. While I oil up the old vocal cords, I will get that up for you. Right, I'm oil. Oh, God. My apologies. I am absolutely cream crackered. I really am. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually quite feeling it right now. It's been a long day for me. But needed doing, and the commitment I have basically bled for. Well, bled into, we will say. So, nonetheless, enough of my woes. So, grid for race 2 is the race 1 results. So, Boosted will lead us off on pole with Binko in second, Homesick Alien in third, Bazza in fourth with Guesty in fifth, Big Dan in seventh, Big Dan in sixth, Koikarp in seventh, Mrs. Guesty in eighth, and Rido drops in again in ninth. So, for race 2, let's get the lights on, the engine screaming as we go, and it looks like Rido did jump the start a little bit, but as we can see, the two Alfa Romeos once again getting a cracking launch. Oh God, I'm going the wrong way. Booten with Homesick Alien having a look at Boosted. He wants to make up the points, as we can see that Binko is slowly dropping back. He's been overtaken by Bazza, Homesick Alien and Koikart, so it's not going to plan for him. And Homesick Alien now takes the lead from Boosted. This is exactly what he needs with Homesick Alien, and oh no, that's Boosted. Oh, he's lost the back end. I don't know if it was a little bump, I'm not 100% sure, but Homesick Alien now disappearing into the distance with Big Dan. Big Dan's moved on into second. Where's that come from? Reno in third as well. Binko is in fourth. Koikap is in sixth. I don't know if it was him that collided with Boosted. I'm not 100% sure. But he was running in third and he's now dropped down to seventh. So I don't know if it wasn't. Bazza was in second as well. So I don't know if he was involved in that calamity. But so far, Big Homesick Alien has disappeared into the distance. So it's finally going Homesick Alien's way, and he'll be hoping that Big Dan can act like the biggest wall that he can possibly make to hold back Binko and keep him in third place. But as we know, the Relentless Warrior is not going to give up without a fight, and Reno's challenging him as well. So it's not all said and done, as Binko looks like he was going round the outside of Clark Curve and it just couldn't work. So far Reno holding off in fourth and Guesty is in fifth still. So it's all going. Looks like it is. Looks like the new physics model is working in his favour. Koikap is still in sixth as well. Mrs. Guesty's moved up into seventh. Boosted and Bazza. I am wondering if it was Bazza because he might have redressed and feeling like it was him that caused Boosted to lose the back end. So he's right at the back of the grid, but if race one was anything to go by, we have a feeling he's going to be climbing that order very, very quickly, as well as Boosted. But the damage he's done is he's going to be able to catch up the leaders, maybe able to salvage a podium out of this. We're not 100% sure, but Mrs. Guesty is making him having to fight for it. And there's Koikap in the mix as well. Boosted is in the middle of a sandwich. Well, it's not fully Japanese, there's a bit of Italian in there, and there we go, he's now in the middle of a Japanese sandwich, so he's a German and Italian meat in the sandwich, and it's just not going Boosted's way at all, with Koikap as well, dropping down into ninth. We're not sure what happened with him, maybe he lost the back end, we're not entirely sure. But Homesick Alien now disappearing into the distance, with Binko has now moved up ahead of Big Dan. So now he can start chasing down the Homesick Alien. Is he going to be able to catch the Homesick Alien, I wonder? We will have to keep an eye on that. It would appear that Binko is not taking it easy at all. He just comes through with the fastest lap with a 130.3. And Homesick Alien did a 133 as well. So they're dead even on pace at the moment with only, wow, 2 thousandths of a second separating them. He's in maximum attack mode regardless. Big Dan as well coming back with a great race too at the moment. Is he going to be able to hold off for a podium? Another podium for Big Dan would be absolutely cracking to see, but Reno will definitely want to say something about that. He's had a handful of podiums as well, and I'm sure he will have another one in the final round of the MTCC. Guesty constantly chasing down, as we can see that Boosted has moved up into sixth, and he is in full attack mode. He is, well, to be fair, he's in damage limitation, although he's really not got anything to lose. He's got nothing to win either. So I think he's just wanting to go out in an absolute BMW-shaped blaze of glory and show him really put his staple down of where he wants to be in the VRC. Bazza moving up into seventh, he was last, and that is Koikap and Mrs. Guesty bringing up the rear. So it would appear that she wasn't able to hold that back. Boosted Bazza and Koi for very long, but she's still hounding Koi. Really trying to make Koi fight for it. It looks like we're going to have a cracking battle between these two on our hands. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. But so far, still currently leading is Homesick Alien. It's not going to be a lot of a dent to take out Binko's lead, but it will still be a dent. Binko as well, chasing him down. He's done a 29.7. He's only doing a 30.0, so he is very, very slowly catching Homesick Alien. Big Dan as well, still holding well in third. I don't think there's any chance he's going to catch the two in front of him. Oh God, excuse me. It would appear the oiling hasn't worked very well, and it looks like Reno's decided to go a little bit of grass cutting, and look who's behind him. It's Boosted. He's caught Rido and Guesty very, very quickly indeed. A 29.5. Boosted is on an absolute charge. And he's really, really hounding Boosted. He's really hounding Rido, but he just can't find a way through. Rido, in fact, manages to get ahead of Guesty. Now Guesty is the one that has to hold back Boosted if he wants to keep that 5th place, but he still can attack Rido. Maybe he could get a 4th place out of this. It looks like 4th is going to be on the cards for Boosted unless he finds the warp drive in that BMW. But I saw the back end kick out, but he's managed to maintain control. So, as you can see, a 132.2. That's how much Boosted is being held up. And it looks like he was a little bit of a nudge there between Rido. Not sure. I didn't fully quite tell, but he has managed to get ahead of Rido, but now Rido's being hounded by the Baz. And his Baz going to have a look on the inside of Rido. He's having a look, going round. Surtees. I've got a map now, can you tell? Oh God, I'm not very good at this, am I? You only visited this a couple of months ago and you've forgotten the name. You've tracked the coordinates already. Yes, I have. Because unfortunately I have the memory of a Merabyte. If you wonder what a Merabyte is, it doesn't exist. That's how bad it is. So this is Guesty still holding well in 8th. He's still being hounded by Coy. So Coy not able to force Mrs. Guesty into a mistake, but we have seen it, so it may happen. But all he has to do is just keep chasing her down and maybe get a solid 8th out of this. Meanwhile though, Homesick Alien still leading us, still being chased down by Binko. He's just put in his fastest lap with a 29.7. Whoa! Look at that, lap 3, 4 and 5, a 29.7 on the board, consistent. However you like it, he is on an absolute charge. With Homesick Alien still very consistent, let's not deny it. He's within 2/10 of his fastest laps as well. 30, 32 and 31. He is giving that Alfa Romeo the absolute beans. But how do you compete with 3 29.7s? That is ridiculous. Big Dan as well. Still holding well off in 3rd. In fact, he's been caught by Guesty and Boosted. So Boosted may have a chance to squeeze a 3rd place podium out of this. It's still on the card, but he's still got Guesty and Big Dan to go through. Guesty is no slouch. He knows what it takes to defend positions, and Guesty is probably going to be defending this 4th place, but everything that Toyota can give him, provided that the Toyota doesn't ask too much. But it looks like he's just gone a little bit too deep into... I've lost it now. No, that was Sterling's. There's one before it. I can't say that one. Yeah. But there we go. Boosted has managed to win. Oh, no, that's the car. For a second there, I thought I had another fly in here. That's the last thing I need in here. But going down there. Oh, God, I've forgotten it already. Going through Paddock Hill Bend, it looks like they'd swap position, but no, Boosted has gained back the 4th place. That's given Dan a bit of a respite, so now maybe he can run and hide with Guesty and Boosted. Absolutely going at it like titans. They're swapping positions left, right and centre. Guesty is now taking that Toyota to the absolute maximum. You can see the back end just doesn't want to agree. But Guesty is fighting that Toyota with everything it's got. Oh yeah, I remember I can actually do this. Never mind. But it looks like he's just asking too much for the Toyota, and the BMW is disappearing. He can now chase down Big Dan, and hopefully he might be able to get a podium out of it. So a 3rd might be on the card. In fact, he's already on the back end of Big Dan. That is how quick this guy is in the BMW. Somebody slow this guy down. He is an absolute monster in this BMW. Going round the outside of Big Dan to hold off the corner, but now Guesty has been invited back into this fight. So it's not said and done yet. So Boosted is going to have to find this pace that he is finding out of it, and he is gone already. And Guesty has managed to get ahead of Big Dan as well. So Big Dan has seen the podium slip away. But to be fair, with these two chasing you down, I hate to say it, but it was just going to be inevitable at the end of the day. But kudos to Big Dan for giving it all he's got. But Guesty is still fighting Boosted, now with a podium on offer. Guesty is going to be absolutely giving Boosted everything he has got. In fact, you can even look at it, it's like the old guard versus the new guard. Oh no, Guesty, no, Boosted has gone wide. He's gone way too deep, and that's invited Guesty to take the third place. So a podium could be on the cards for him. Boosted is now having to chase Guesty down, but he's been hounded by Big Dan. We thought it was done and dusted, but the BMW showing that it still has limits, and it's just gone a little bit wide, and it's cost him a podium. But I'm pretty sure that Guesty, good lord, can you tell it's been a day again? As you can see, so Boosted will just have to collect himself, recompose himself, get his head down, and you know he's going to be all over the back end of Guesty, really knocking on the door of that podium. Big Dan is going to be following suit. Let's have a look further back. We haven't seen these guys very much. Backs are still, in fact, he's actually hunting them down in 6th place. So we might have a 4th contender for the 3rd place. Koikar as well is in 7th, still reeling from the early mishap that he had with Mrs. Guesty in 8th, and Rido's gone into the pits. In fact, he's been in the pits for a little bit now, so maybe he's just not feeling it today and is just giving up the ghost. Meanwhile, at the front, as we can see, Homesick Alien is still leading this race, and Binko has managed to catch him up. Good Lord Almighty, you want consistency? Look at that. From 2 onwards, it's been a 33, a 29.7, a 29.7, a 29.7, a 29.7, 29.4, and a 29.8. My God, where has this come from? And somebody slapped some ballast on this guy. Same with Boosted as well, because he is in on an absolute charge. But it looks like Binko somehow, some way, has managed to catch up the alien. So we could have a fight all the way to the flag between the 2 championship protagonists. And what a way to end round 10. And again, a 29.7. Are we sure this guy isn't a robot? That is ridiculous. Homesick Alien as well, he's also finding some consistency. He's been consistently in the 30s, but it looks like it just isn't enough. Is he going to be able to hold off Binko for a win and keep this championship on life support? That's where it's going to be by the end of this race. If it stays as it is, it will be on life support. He may have a chance, but the chance could be too big even for the alien. Guesty and Boosted as well. What an absolute scrap for the podiums. We don't know who's going to be 1st and 2nd. We don't know who's going to be 3rd and 4th. But it looks like Boosted has just managed to get the advantage over Guesty going through. That's not McLaren, is it? No, because that's the other one. But it looks like Boosted has managed to find a way past the Guesty and has stolen the 3rd place and the final stop of the podium. Let's have a look up front. We're going to have a showdown right to the end. Binko applying the ball, the pressure he can to Homesick Alien, but he's experienced, he knows this sort of game, he knows how to hold on Binko, and is he going to be able to more? Binko's going to go round the outside of Clark Curve, you maniac, but it looks like Homesick Alien has managed to hold him off. It's going to be a sprint to the line, and it looks like Homesick Alien has taken it over Binko. We'll have to look at how close that was. That looks ridiculously close. But Boosted coming home to take the spoils and take the final step of the podium in 3rd. Well done, Boosted. What a recovery drive. Guesty in 4th, an improvement from race 1. Big Dan coming home in 5th, I'm sure. He'll be absolutely thrilled with the racing he had. Koikap and Mrs. Guesty there. Oh, that was a close finish. And, oh yeah, Mrs. Guesty, oh, crud, pause, there we go. So, it looks like Mrs. Guesty did beat Koikap to 6th, with Koi coming in 7th and Bazza in 8th. And, oh, it looked, yeah, Rido's come out to cross the line. Right, pardon, I have to see that. How close was it? This is, oh, and no, just a little bit more. Where is it? I think that's the line. I think that's the line. It is the line. It is literally a car length between these two. So it, wow. I bet these two's hearts were in their throats for that one. Wowzers. So, Homesick Alien comes home to take the win of race 2. As we said, his championship fight is on life support, but it may be we still have one more race. It could still go his way. Oh, actually, no, we better fast forward it so we get the proper results, because I don't want to get anything mixed up, because I have a feeling I would, because I have the amazing ability to do that. But let's have a look at with these two as well. Because these two... Oh, no, that's wrong one. Oh, no, hang on. Have I gone the wrong way? Oh. No, I haven't gone the wrong way. I wanted a dramatic finish, and I've just ruined it, haven't I? This is going swimmingly. Good job I'm not a director. Oh, wait. Right, let's try this again. There's the line. That's the line. You thought Homesick Alien and Bingo was close. Look at that. Good Lord. Oh. That's got to be, I'd say about 40 mil, 50 mil. 40, yeah, about 40 or 50 mil. That is not a lot. Wow. Race 2, round 10 is, well, race 2 has definitely brought us some cracking racing, and we've had 2 photo finishes. Good Lord, I'm going to have to, in fact, I'll have to check the timings on that one, because come on, you've got this to finish up. So, yes, as we said before, Homesick Alien squeezes through a win to keep his championship still alive. Binko once again coming home in 2nd, and still making Homesick Alien have the mountain to climb. Boasted a recovery drive and a half. It looks like it was going to be out the window, but he's managed to recover it and bring home a 3rd. Guesty, kudos to Guesty. He fought Boosted a good chunk of the way, but it just wasn't enough to hold back Boosted. Comes home in 4th. Big Dan coming home in 5th. Another great result for Big Dan. Mrs. Guesty by a hair, if we can call it a hair, by a hair, manages to bring home a 6th place, just ahead of Koi. And my word, that is close. In fact, I actually have the time here. Oh. So, Binko and Homesick Alien cross the line with 400th of a difference. Mrs. Guesty and Koi were separated by 4 thousandths of a second. You want that in real time? That is 4 thousandths of a second. So you have a visual reference there for you. Can't say I'm not educational, can you? So Koikap coming home in 7th, losing out by a whisker with, there we go, with Bazza coming home in 8th, and Rido not probably been a very happy round for him, coming home in 9th. So, for one more time, for the final time, for the final race of Season 5 of MTCC. I'm really sorry to see it go, but as we know, time slows down for nobody, and it would have to end eventually, otherwise we'll be here for all eternity. So, to lead us off in the final race is Rido, Bazza bringing in 2nd, Koikap in 3rd, Mrs. Guesty in 4th, Big Dan in 5th, Guesty in 6th, Boosted in 7th, Binko in 9th, and Homesick Alien in 10th. The showdown begins. Who's going to come out on top of this? Odds are it's going to be Binko. He's the one with a decent point advantage over Homesick Alien, but there's still one race to go. Nothing is to be expected. So off we go. So Rido, take the lead, my son, for the final time of Season 5. Off we go. Rido takes us off into Paddock Hill Bend, sliding round Paddock Hill Bend. Bazza in 2nd, Koikap in 3rd, already been hunted down by Mrs. Guesty, with Guesty in the background. He's having a look on the inside of Big Dan, going through Druids. I've just remembered what that one is. It is Druids. And Boosted managed to get ahead of Big Dan as well. And Binko's having a look on Big Dan. Big Dan is dropping like a stone. I wonder if he's having technical issues in there, because he has dropped like an absolute brick. And now even Homesick Alien has gone ahead of him. So Big Dan in 2 corners has dropped to last. Poor Big Dan, he must be having some form of issue, but so far Rido has got a sizable lead against Bazza. Bazza's already moved up into 2nd, with Koi now in 3rd. Mrs. Guesty's the one that's dropped down into 4th, and now Mr. Guesty is right behind her. So it's going to be a replay of race 2 between Guesty and Boosted. And is Boosted going to get the upper hand quickly and early doors? It looks like he does. So Guesty could not play the rear gunner for Mrs. Guesty very long. And as we know, Guesty is going to come back at Boosted with everything he has. But he's got a Binko-sized bullet right behind him. And as we know, is Binko going to be taking it easy? He's the one with the advantage at the moment. But from the way things are going, it looks like he's going to throw caution out the window and also go home in a blaze of glory. Homesick Alien, that's the name I'm looking for. Homesick Alien is seeing it disappear right in front of him. He's got to hope and pray that oh good lord, I'm going to have a guess at a good 24 points he needs to catch up. So he has to hope for a miracle of all miracles to happen. Otherwise, it's going to go home to Camp Scirocco. Big Dan, I'm not sure quite what happened at the start. He's dropped back. So I don't know if he's having any form of an issue, or whether it's corrected itself or not. We do not know. But Big Dan is just happy to see the back end of this race, and especially boots that Lexus into oblivion for causing him so many issues this season. So far at the front, Rido with a commanding lead. It looks like at the moment this is going to be his to lose, with the way race 1 and 2 have gone for him. It may not end the way he would like, but as long as he keeps it pointing in the right direction, keeping it on the grey stuff, it should be fine. Bazza is hunting him down. I don't know if he's able to close the gap or not. We'll have a look in a minute. Rido did a 31.1 and Bazza did a 38, so he is closing. Not at warp speed, but he is closing nonetheless. Boosted has already moved up into third in 3 laps. He's moved from 7th to 3rd. He is on an absolute mission. The championship is definitely out of his reach now. And he's going to prove to these guys just why he's going to be the next big threat in any VRC championship season. Oh no, that's Guesty who's lost the back end. Oh, I thought he was going to take out Binko for a second, not by his own volition, don't get me wrong, but it looks like the car just wasn't in control. Binko doing well to avoid him, but he's seen it all drop back, with Hopes Alien now moving up into 6th and Binko in 5th respectively. Guesty dropping down into 7th, who is now in the company of the other half. Is it going to be the other half or the better half? I'll let you decide that one. So we're going to see Mrs. Guesty and Guesty go at it yet again. That's definitely been a highlight of this season, watching these two scrap it out. They're in the same household. I don't know if they're in the same room, but I definitely would pay to be a fly on the wall ever there's been a race between these two and this sort of situation happens. Do you know, guys, you could probably sell tickets for that one. I'm just saying. Big Dan in 9th. We don't know what's going on, but he is catching up the pack very, very slowly. So maybe it was just a small issue that's decided to correct itself, and now probably going into damage limitation. Rido still holding well in the lead, but he's got a boosted bullet coming up close behind him. In fact, he's just overtaken Bazza for 2nd place, so boosted on an absolute mission and a half. Bazza drops down into 3rd. Koika has got a Binko right behind him, so 4th is not easy. Oh no, that's Bazza that's lost the back end. Oh, poor resident Belgium has just seen it all come crashing down, and is now going to be, Big Dan has got ahead of him. I was going to say he's going to be able to battle his old mate and rival once again, but I think the gap is going to be too big for him to make a difference between it. So Koikart moves up into 3rd, taking the last start of the podium, but it is not said and done, because he has got a Binko warrior right behind him, and you know that he's going to be applying all the pressure that he can, because even though he's in a comfortable position, he's still got a championship to consider. You've got to give this man credit. I thought he was going to be taking it nice and steady throughout this round, making sure he minimises the amount of points dropped to Homesick Alien, but it's been the complete opposite. He has been on the absolute charge from the offset, and he's manages to get 3rd out of it, and it looks like Homesick Alien is also going to take the 4th from Koi. Koi has a little bit of a wiggle coming out of Paddock Hill Bend, manages to catch the slide, so he's managing to maintain that 5th, and he's got Guesty for company. Homesick Alien is seeing it all fall apart, but there's still time. There is still time for a catastrophic disaster to happen for Binko and see it all run away. But now he can be chasing down Boosted. In fact, he's not slow, and he's now got the purples as he goes through. He is not relenting. That's probably why he has the relentless sponsor, because that's what he is from start to finish. He's relentless throughout the entire thing. Boosted as well is now caught up to Rido. He can probably see his competitors closing up behind him. It's hard to miss that bright green bullet when it comes up behind you. So Boosted has got to make headways on Rido, and Rido must be feeling the pressure. Look at the guys that are behind him. He's got Boosted, he's got Binko, he's got Homesick Alien. That pressure must be absolutely ripping through him, but as we can see, Rido is going to go defensive through Clark Curve, but it's not enough to hold back Boosted, who goes round the outside like an absolute boss and takes the lead of this race in the final round. It looks like Boosted has been the man to be challenged for it. Rito is dropped down into second, and he can't rest for 1 second because he's going to have Binko crawling all over his back. With Homesick Alien coming, Homesick Alien still running well in 4th. Koikart still in 5th, still doing a cracking job in the 5th place. Guesty as well in 6th. It's been a great round for him. It looks like there has been very minimal mistakes, and he's probably wishing this update in the physics model came a lot earlier and save him a lot of headaches. Mrs. Guesty still holding well in 7th. It's been a great round for her, and it's like this is going to be another one for her to really smile about. Big Dan as well dropped to 8th on the very first few corners. Has managed to have a bit of luck on his side, and it looks like he is going to finish ahead of his old team, his old battle rival Bazza, who from one mistake has seen him drop to last. But we have to remember, sorry Baz, but we have to remember, well, to be fair, he might have had a call from his job as we know it, because he is the barrier inspector, and maybe he just thought that barrier needed a little bit of testing to see if it was up to scratch, and it would appear that it has given the green light, because Bazza is now on his way to chase down the bigger Daneth. But so far, boosted. I just saw his second. That's Rito's dropped to 3rd, so Binko has managed to get him at some point. Rito's decided he wants to cut a little bit more of the grass going through Druids, but Binko has now moved up into 2nd, and Homesick Alien is in 3rd. So we could have a reverse of what happened in race 3, but is Homesick Alien going to be able to catch him in time? But I don't think it's going to be enough. There's still 3 laps to go. 3 laps, and anything that could change, and Homesick Alien is probably praying to whatever alien gods that exists in his world, or even on his mothership, for an absolute miracle. Maybe the mothership is targeting the Earth-destroying kaboons on board the mothership to pass Binko out and really give him heads up in the championship. We will have to wait and see. Reno now down into 4th, what was starting so well, has just seen the 3 titans of this championship go ahead of him, but all credit to him. What can you do against those 3? Although, to be fair, he's worn the front left tyre a considerable amount, so maybe the tyre wear is having an effect on Reno. We see further back, we've now got Guesty and Koikart having a good scrap. Who's going to come out on this one? They both go wide. They follow each other into the kitty litter. But you won't see that in a month of Sundays. But so far, oh, don't lose the back end now, Koi. Don't lose there. Yeah, there we go. He's collected it all up. Beautifully held there by Koikart in the Bristol Street Motors Hyundai. A lovely send-off indeed. I bet he'll be glad to see the back end of this Toyota by the end of it. It's been such a pick for him. This is Guesty holding well in the 7th. She's losing tabs on the guys in front of her, but still credit where it's due. She's had a great race. Bazza, Big Dan as well, probably been a race to forget for him at the start. And Bazza, after doing a quick call out, he's got damage on the front and left as well. So maybe he's decided to test out another barrier, make sure it is in crash tolerance levels. Well, it's just disappeared now, so it might have been a while back, and is obviously giving it the green light because he's now on his merry way. But wow, Boosted has started from 7th, is now up into the lead. I think the round is definitely going his way with a first, a third, and a first. So it looks like he was the man to be in this round. Binko looking for yet another 2nd place, but the 2nd place will be more than enough for him to take home the MTCC title. Homesick Alien in 3rd. Seeing with every corner, he has seen his grip on his chances of taking the championship slowly slip away lap by lap. In fact, we're on the second to last lap now. That's how quick this has gone. Now Reno is under even more pressure now from Koikap and Guesty. He's soaking it all up. The amount of people he has had to hold back, the talent he's had to hold back as well. He has his own talent in his all fairness and respect, but between Boosted, Binko and Homesick Alien, he's a little bit outmatched, but he might have his own way with Koi, and looks like there's a little bit of a knock there between Reno and Koi. Reno's gone wide, so it might have been a little bit of a knock there, I don't know, but Quick Out has decided to go on. Maybe he felt like he went too wide himself. Koi's normally a 1-2 redressing any situation where he feels like he's at the wrong, so he feels like he is not guilty in that verdict. Guesty as well taking advantage of the little off that Reno's has. So unfortunately Reno has now dropped to 6th, and this has definitely been a round for him to completely forget. DNF in race 1, a DNF in race 2, started on pole, and you can see that front left tyre is just absolutely cream crackered. I think this one is definitely one for him to forget. Oh no, that was Guesty. We thought he had it under control, and the Toyota has just reminded him why it is the pig that it is, and has seen him drop to 7th, with Big Dan also coming ahead as well. Oh, mind you, it's the second one that he's had today, so we thought he was on top of it, but it looks like it's still the pig that it is, and Guesty drops down into 8th and Bazza in 9th. At least now Big Dan has got a little bit of a challenge ahead of him if he can hold back Guesty until the end of the race, but the round is definitely going to Boosty without a shadow of a doubt. He's got the fastest lap, he's got the race 1 win, he got a 3rd in race 2, and he's going to put the final icing on the cake to bring home the win for race 3. Congratulations, Boosted. Binko coming home in 2nd, with Homesick Alien coming home in 3rd. And it looks like to the rest go the spoils, with Koikap coming round Clark Curve to take a well-deserved 4th place. Mrs. Guesty has managed to get ahead of Reno. Oh, keep taking that bun. Reno's managed. Mrs. Guesty comes home in 5th with Reno in 6th. Big Dan holds off Guesty for 7th and 8th respectively. And Bazza, after being called up twice for his job, comes round the corner to take the final and 9th place. Come on, let's have a better view. There we go. That's not very clear. So there we go. As we said, Boosted, the man to beat in the final round of season 5 of MTCC, goes to Boosted, and what a way to send off the end of this championship. But speaking of, what is that? There we go. There we go. But it would, oh no, actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. No, we'll do that in a minute. We'll do that in a minute. So Boosted coming home in the 1st. Binko, I think it is safe to say that the championship is now his. 3 second places goes to the Relentless Camp, and I genuinely thought he was going to be taking it nice and easy, but he's just gone and proved me completely wrong, and comes home with 2 second places. Homesick Alien, what can you say? I think it's all said and done now. A great round for him. A 3rd, a 1st and a 3rd, but I don't think it's going to be enough to reduce the deficit he has to Binko in the championship, but still a 3rd place nonetheless. Koikap coming alive in the last round, coming home with a great 4th place. That's going to really boost him in his championship standings. Oh, excuse me, the windy pops. Mrs. Guesty, a whopping result for her in 5th. It was just all falling apart for her competitors around her. who takes advantage of it and comes home in a great 5th place. Rido, it's probably going to be a round for him to forget. It's not been the best round at all with DNF, and a 6th. He was leading for a considerable chunk of this race, but it just all fell apart for him. Big Dan as well in 7th. We're not quite sure what happened in the first lap. I saw him drop to the back with Guesty coming home in 8th, as we saw him go off and remind us why. And Bazza coming home in 9th. So now I will get the final results for you. Oh, I had to do that. My throat felt like bloody sandpaper. So we'll do the drop score because that is the one that will count the most. So the final standings, which I will do in reverse order. In 19th we have Madalinsky. In 18th we have Silverstar. 17th for Electric. 16th for Racer Brown. 15th for Jokers. 14th for Skyjacker. 13th for Harvey. In 12th we have Mrs. Guesty on 162 points. In 11th we have Koi Carp on 177. In 10th we have Guesty on 191 points. In 9th we have Bazza on 194 points. In 8th we have Digital Blasphemy on 195 points. Bazza missed out by 1 point to draw with Digital Blasphemy. Wow. In 7th we have Bunny on 210 points. In 6th, we have Big Dan on 217 points. In 5th, also on 217 points, is Rido. Even though they are even on points, Rido has had more second places than Big Dan, so it would be safe to say that Big Rido takes 5th with Big Dan in 6th through podium countbacks. In 4th, we have Sharon, who isn't here today. I've only just realised that. In 4th is Sharon on 243 points. In 3rd is Boosted on 331 points. Which leaves us with the two that duked it out, which I will do that. So, in 2nd, I'm going to do. Okay, so in 2nd, with 363 points, it's Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien, as try as he might, just couldn't make up the deficit at the end, but a solid performance again from the Homesick Alien, taking home the 2nd place and a great debut for the Alfa Romeo 155 in Gran Turismo 7, but it just wasn't enough, because taking the championship on 389 points, 26 points at the end, was Binko. So we'll have to say Binko takes home Season 5 Manufacturers Touring Car Championship trophy. Well, yeah, he takes home the title for MTCC Season 5. He goes along with all the other MTCC winners, including Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien is one of those, off the top of my head. Alphanaut. Who else was it? Yeah, Homesick Alien, Alphanaut. I can't remember the others. To be fair, it has been a while, but takes home his first MTT Championship. So I hope you will join me in congratulating RS Binko, our Season 5 champion. And there we are. That's another championship over and done with. It's going to be sad to see this one go, I'm not going to lie. I already can't wait for for Season 6 of MTCC, but there is no telling when that will be. So hopefully we will see it very, very soon. And we don't have to wait long for it, because it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. I can change. Honestly. Give me more MTCC. But yes, nonetheless, we will have to say arrivederci to another great championship. And what a fight between these two. Homesick Alien gave it his best, but it just wasn't enough to stop this combination you see before you. And there we are. So what's next for the VRC? Well, this is where... Let me turn that off so I don't waste much battery. Well, not only would you have to say goodbye to MTCC, but also we are going to be having a bit of an upgrade. Now, if I'm honest, it's taking a lot longer than we expected. So at the moment we are going to be carrying on with the way the streams look, which means I've been doing copious amounts of work of adding a little bit of sparkle to the race replays, and we found a way where we can actually make it look pretty and be able to do it in a short time. But the way that I had it planned out wasn't fully working. But nonetheless, I made a promise, and I will continue to make it the way that we planned, but it won't be a permanent thing, because I have some boffins in the background which are hard at work finding ways to add the magical sparkle to make this look absolutely pristine and beautiful and looking very, very professional. Oh my god, where's all this wind coming from? Are you done? Are you done? Good, thank you. Yes, we are trying to make it look a little bit more professional, but at the same time don't take several days to make, which it will all explain. But we are hoping that you will join us for it, because next time round it's in development, I promise. I'm not quite sure when it will be finished, but the second it is finished, it will be brought to you. And the new season in question, coming up next, is Max 5! Oh god, that was bad. Yep, it's Max 5, baby! Max 5 makes its return for Season 8. And it's the first time Max 5 will be on Gran Turismo 7. So this is going to be interesting, and it's also going to be a first as well, because as we saw earlier on in the year, we had our first, how can we put it, category split, where we had the pros, the pro amateurs, and the amateurs. Well, we've brought it into a series, so Max 5 will be brought to you in a split category. So we're going to have the pro drivers all duking it out against themselves. We've got the pro amateurs duking it out for their spot and their first chance at a possible championship. Yes, because we are splitting them. And with the amateurs also vying for their possible first championship as well. So we're going to have potentially three, definitely, well, potentially two, potentially three, definitely one new champion. How is that exciting? How's that going to be? I wonder. And it's not going to be lackluster neither, because there is some hard-hitting names in there. So it's going to be one to watch. So I hope you will certainly join us for it. In which, this is where I do the usual YouTubey things. So if you definitely don't want to miss out on that, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss us. Also get that bell on as well, so that you are always notified when it is up and available. In fact, chances are, if I continue doing this at the times I am, it will be ready for you before your morning coffee. And what a way to start the day, having a nice big bowl of whatever breakfast you have in the morning with your coffee, with us on the telly. What more could you possibly ask for? What a better way to start your day. Could be even better if this lump probably wasn't talking to you at the same time, but sadly I'm the best that we have at the moment. And when you consider that I'm the best at the moment, that's not really a large statement, is it, really? How can you have the best and the worst going at the same time? I'm living proof of that. So, yes, make sure you hit subscribe, get the bell on so that you never miss us in your morning routine. Also, give this video a like, because apparently the YouTube algorithm likes that thing. So, you know, let's keep the YouTube algorithm gods happy with that. Also, as well, if you want to get involved with us, you know, the MTCC isn't our only one. We have many championships running throughout the year. If you want to be a part of it, then come join us on the Discord. A link will be in the description, in which if you simply click on it, accept the invite, go to the forum requests, you know, say hello to us, say hi. We don't bite. Most of us don't. Oh, where did that come from? Yeah. Say hello. We're all very welcoming. We welcome any drivers of all skill levels. It doesn't matter how good or bad you think you are. Come along. We welcome everybody into the Virtual Racing Club family. The only thing we say is just don't drive like an idiot, and you will be welcomed in open arms. Then fill in a form, get yourself a race number, and get yourselves racing, so you too could end up being on the tube with me, this sentient lump of vitamin D deficiency, the virus in a lullaby, watching you, commentating on you, and saying, wow, this guy is good, I'm going to see more of him of the future. I mean, we're not going to see this guy very often, because, yeah, vampire. So, yes, do that. Do it. Oh, hang on. Do it. No, I can't do it. I can't do it very well. I'm not very good at impressions. And I think that is it. I will leave you at that, which I will leave you in this glorious view. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us say, I just hope nobody heard that. Let us all say goodbye, farewell to yet another cracking MTCC Championship. What a way to end it. Once again, congratulations to Binko on his championship win. Right, I'm breaking character. I would also like to personally thank Homesick Alien, who hosted this season. I know it's not easy. I I do not envy you. I am not going to lie. I envy you. I mean, hosted my own season earlier on in the year. I kid you not. I hated it how you do this. Week in, week out, I will never know, and I hope I never will, because it brings me out in cold sweats. So thank you very much for hosting this absolutely cracking championship. And well done to you, sir. In fact, well done to everybody that attended this season. And we hope to see you all soon. And I certainly hope to see you all soon too. In fact, it was slightly over there. I've just remembered. It was slightly over there where we were sat, and despite being under umbrella, I got sunburned. I was also at Clark Curve over there on the Sunday as well, but I don't think we can see it from here. Okay, back in character. So I hope you will join us for season 8 of Max 5. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Do not miss it. Like I said, hit like, subscribe, get that bell on. Also, you can join us on the Virtual Racers Club on the Discord. Link will be in the description so that you can join us, and I will leave you to your morning coffees. I was your broadcaster and commentator, insert comical name here, Arrivederci MTCC, and I will see you in Max 5. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Until